In the last episode, we dropped a high-scoring game against the Baltimore Ravens. We put together a 14-point fourth quarter, but it really didn't matter in the end as we lost 48-32. And in that game, you saw Lamar Jackson do his thing through the air, but Mitchell Trubisky played his best game of the season with 353 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. But the big concern is Gus Edwards, 22 carries, 214 yards for 2 touchdowns. And that just shows the weakness on our defensive front. But the good news is we have somebody coming back. And that somebody is 92 overall superstar X Factor, Cameron Heyward. We are happy to finally have him back. He's actually been healthy for a couple of weeks now, but he just now became eligible to return. So we got him off of the IR, and this is a guy who is just very dominant when he's on the field. He will definitely improve our run defense by far. And then somebody else we have coming back is our number 1 receiver, Diontae Johnson, 27 years old, superstar development. He's somebody that I've actually thought about trading at some point in this series because he is getting up there in age. And there's a receiver in this draft that we're very interested in. But Diontae Johnson, having him healthy with Allen Robinson putting together a very strong performance last week, we look to get the passing game going, rely on our running game as we have all season long, and defend the run in this game. But you have to wonder, are we really going to have to defend the run that much? Because this is a Los Angeles Rams team led by Cooper Kupp, and then Puka Nacua doesn't even have his picture in the game. That shows you how unexpected his emergence has been. Van Jefferson and Tutu Atwell look to get involved as well. And then Tyler Higbee, 81 overall tight end. This is going to be a good passing team in the Los Angeles Rams. But looking at their running backs, Kyren Williams is no longer the starter. They have signed Leonard Fournette to be their number 1 back, and then obviously the quarterback is Matthew Stafford. But we cannot mention the Rams without talking about Aaron Donald, 99 overall. This is a guy who can just destroy your offensive game plan all day long. So we're going to look to take advantage of him as much as possible, double teams, chipping tight ends. Don't allow him to get into the backfield for tackles for losses or sacks, and I think we could have a pretty good day. So I was going through the trade block here, and I was looking at who are some players that we can potentially trade for. The trade deadline is next week in week 8. And then I noticed all the way down at strong safety, there's a guy that I'm very interested in. And that is Kerby Joseph, 22 years old. And this is a guy who had his spot taken by Brian Branch effectively here in Madden. He's still getting playing time in real life, of course. But he is star development, 22 years old. And he's got 79 zone coverage and 70 man, 88 speed, 68 tackling. So he looks to be more of a coverage safety, not somebody you would put down in the box. But he's somebody that would be a much needed upgrade over Keanu Neal in the secondary, along with DeMonte KZ, who's a 76 overall. So just a little bit lower, and he is 30 years old. So we would look to eventually try and bring in a younger strong safety. So maybe that would be a good trade. You guys have to let me know if you guys think that we could potentially trade for Kerby Joseph. I think it's something that I'm really thinking about. And then when you look at our corners, Desmond King and Levi Wallace are both free agents next year. Levi Wallace is a little bit more interested in returning, but Desmond King has effectively no interest right now in returning to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So could he be somebody that we try to package in a deal? Because when you look at the Detroit Lions cornerback crew, it is led by Cameron Sutton, former Pittsburgh Steeler, and then it's Emmanuel Mosley, 27 years old, and Will Harris, who's 27 years old. I almost said he was 72 years old. That would be ridiculous. But Madden had put it in here in a glitch that like players were like 50 years old or something like that earlier on before they fixed it. But you guys have to let me know, is it a good idea to potentially trade for Kerby Joseph, somebody that would be an effective starter right away and somebody we could rely on with his age to develop and be a great duo with Minkah Fitzpatrick in the secondary? So this week we do have a tandem breakout here on offense. We'll have to see who it's going to be. I really don't know what this one includes. It's Miles Boykin. So he's saying, man, Allen Robinson took our last game over and couldn't be stopped. Are you ready to see me go off like that today? I'm going to challenge Miles Boykin. He had a touchdown. He mossed Marlon Humphrey in the last game. So we're going to see if we can get Miles Boykin going, somebody who really isn't in my future plans at the moment, but if he can put together a good performance here, then he's somebody we might think about keeping around. So Allen Robinson has earned 2,500 XP for inspiring the teammate. And if we can get Miles Boykin 150 plus receiving yards against the Browns, I think he will have a potential dev upgrade. I actually don't know if it will be a dev upgrade or not, but we're going to see if we can make something happen with Miles Boykin. I'm not going to force him the ball, but if he gets included in the game plan and he ironically goes off for 150 plus yards. We'll see what the outcome will be. So we just got gold on DB battle for, I do believe, the very first time. So I was out there balling on that drill. My plan is to not show any more of the drills, but I wanted to show you guys me accomplishing gold for the first time with Joey Porter Jr. As he is star development, we finally did uncover that. And then obviously gold with Keanu Benton. Like I said, I'm probably not going to show the mini games moving forward throughout the season unless we were to get a dev upgrade, which is a possibility. We're not going to get one here, but I think we are ready to play against the Rams now. We're going to set our weekly game plan. I'll let you know if anybody gets injured, but without further ado, I think we are ready to take on the Rams. Here we are at SoFi Stadium. Everybody is healthy for this one, aside from our usual injured players, but we are set to take on Matthew Stafford in this Rams offense. This is a good offense. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and then Kyron Williams, like I said, will be their second running back as they have signed Leonard Fournette. But looking at the defense for these guys, Aaron Donald looks to disrupt just about everything you try to do. If you try to run the football, he's going to be there. If you try to pass the football, he's going to be there. But I think this is an easier opponent than the Baltimore Ravens. They're undefeated. So if you guys did miss that last episode, the Ravens are a really good football team. I think we can beat them in the future with everybody healthy, but we're talking about the Los Angeles Rams in this one. Mitchell Trubisky had a very good game last week. We're going to look to build upon that. Once again, I turned the volume up for the gameplay. Hopefully it's not too loud, but the Rams will get the football first. This is actually a very beautiful stadium. I'm not a big fan of indoor stadiums, but this one is very nice as this one is underway. The Rams are led by Matthew Stafford, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions to start the season, 1,200 passing yards. Not the ideal start for Stafford. So Cameron Heyward is back. He is healthy. Let's see how he can disrupt things today in this one. And it's going to be a 5-wide look here on first down. And it's going to be a completion for the Rams to set the tone for this game. 20 yards on first down to Tutu Atwell. So already we're seeing Cameron Heyward off the field here, probably on a little bit of a snap count to start the season out, as Leonard Fournette is going nowhere. Montravius Adams just eating blockers. Heyward back on the field now. He had 1 snap on the field, 1 snap off the field, and he is back here as he just blew that play up. Leonard Fournette was able to shrug off the tackle attempt, but Cameron Heyward just blew that play up. You're seeing the impact already. 3rd down and 8 here for the Rams at the 47-yard line, as they have 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Stafford trying to get out of the pocket, and this one will be incomplete. Matthew Stafford 1 for 2 to start this game out, as we're going to get the football back early. Calvin Austin is going to be strictly a return man now since Diontae Johnson is back. He kind of lost his playing time in the last game against the Ravens. He dropped 3 passes in that one, and we brought guys like Gunnar Olszewski and Miles Boykin in, and they just took advantage of their opportunity. So Calvin Austin will just handle return opportunities now. Looking at Trubisky's stats on the season, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for 958 yards. Jaylen Warren is the running back here on first down and 10. Just to be clear, he is not the starter, but Diontae Johnson is in motion here. Is he going to touch the football on his first play? No, he's not. Jaylen Warren up the middle, and he's got a first down. Interesting look there by the Steelers. Diontae Johnson coming back from the IR. We have him in motion. Fake the give to him and give it to Jaylen Warren for 16 yards. And he's already tapping his helmet. He wants out of the game already. 2 tight end set here for the Steelers. Here is the give to Najee Harris. And this is going to be another big run for the Steelers offense. 11 yards for Harris. First down and 10 for the Steelers offense. Trying to get this one to Diontae Johnson as he has his first reception of the season here in the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. I know he played in week 1 in real life, but this is his first action on the season here in the series. Aaron Donald not on the field here for first down as Najee Harris hits the hole and picks up 7 yards. Allen Robinson here in the slot, taking over that Calvin Austin look here. As we're going to try and get this one. It's going to be a sack, never mind. We were going to try and get it up to Pat Freiermuth. Looked like he had a step. It was one-on-one coverage. And instead, it's a sack, and that's going to be 3rd and long upcoming. Trubisky getting up a little sore after that play. 3rd down and 10. Aaron Donald back on the field here for the Rams as Diontae Johnson has the reception, his 2nd of the game. As I threw that one, and I thought immediately it was going to be an INT. Instead, Diontae Johnson, having him on the field, he works back to the football, something you wouldn't see out of a lower overall receiver. And it's a 1st down and 10. We are in the green zone. First down and 10. We are going to go play action here. Try and get this one to Pat Fryermuth on the out route. He can't come away with it. He tried to make a play on it, tried to dive for it, was unable to come away with a reception. James Robinson checks into the game here. Somebody who we saw a couple weeks ago for the first time in this formation as well, as he's going to get it again out of this formation. James Robinson trying to make a man miss. He does. And James Robinson with an 11-yard carry. Doing things like that will increase your playing time, as Robinson's going to stay in the game here on first down and 10 from the red zone. It's going to be play action. We're going to try and get this one to Diontae Johnson, and that was a poor pass by Trubisky. Fortunately, it wasn't intercepted by Fuller. Second down and 10 for the Steelers. We're going to give this one to Najee Harris, and he's going to pick up 4 yards. It'll bring up third down and manageable here from the 14-yard line. Third and 6, going to be man defense. We're going to get this one to Diontae Johnson, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. He didn't have one touchdown all of last season. Here in his first action to start the season out for him, he has a touchdown and 3 catches on his opening drive. You talk about making an impact. Wow. It's a 2 tight end set for the Rams to the left of Stafford, and it's going to be a give to Fournette, and he's going to pick up 6 yards on first down. Cole Holcomb on the stop. 3-4 look for the Steelers defense here. Cameron Heyward not on the field. Here comes Ogunjobi as Stafford's just going to throw this one away. Nakua tries to make a play on it. He's not going to have a shot. Heyward, Watt, and Highsmith all on the defensive front here. All playmakers. Third down and 4. Stafford drops back, and this one's a quick toss, and it's going to be a first down. Tutu Atwell on his second reception of the game. First down and 10 for the Rams. It's going to be a give to Fournette. Keanu Benton on the tackle for loss. This guy is a playmaker. Second down, give to Fournette. Cameron Heyward in the backfield. What a play by Cameron Heyward. He's making an impact already in this one. Him and Diontae Johnson being back is the best thing for this team. Third down and 13, 5 wide look for the Rams here, as here comes TJ Watt, and he's going to get there for the sack. What a series for this defense. Keanu Benton started it. Cameron Heyward relieved him, and then TJ Watt finishes it. First down and 10 for the Steelers. We're just going to get this one back out to Connor Heyward. He's had a pretty good impact when he's on the field. I don't know how many receptions he has to start the season out, but when he's on the field, you can always look for him to potentially get the ball. Here's a give on second down to Najee Harris. He's got a little bit of space, and Najee Harris is going to pick up the first down, already up to 27 yards. Same offensive formation here for the Steelers. It's going to be a play action. We're going to set our feet, and we're going to hit Miles Boykin on the reception. I'm liking the way he is playing. We tried to call that play a couple weeks ago against the Texans, I do believe, and Trubisky didn't set his feet. That's why I said, and Trubisky sets his feet, and he hit the wide open guy in Miles Boykin. This offense is rolling at the moment. Calvin Austin actually in the game now in the slot. We're going to see if we can get him involved a little bit. It's going to be a play action boot. We're going to get this one out to Pat Fryermuth, and he is going to have a couple of yards, 8 to be exact. Last play of the quarter upcoming. We're going to get this one to Jaylen Warren, trying to follow his blockers, and Jaylen Warren's going to be a yard short of the first down, as that's going to bring the first quarter to a close. It's been all Pittsburgh in this one. James Robinson checking into the game yet again here, and this is the offensive set that we like to go to on third down and 1. Here is James Robinson trying to get out, and he's not going to be able to. A great play by the Rams, as it looks like they are probably watching some film on that. When we show that offensive formation, it's going to be a run probably 90% of the time. They sniffed that one out, and we're going to have to bring out Chris Boswell. Here is the field goal attempt by Boswell, as the Pittsburgh Steelers will take a 10-0 lead in this one, as we are off to a hot start. Rams back out on the field here. Here is a give to Leonard Fournette, and guess who? Cameron Heyward, another TFL. What a start for Cameron Heyward. I never really realized how dominant Cameron Heyward is here in Madden, but when you have him on the field, when you haven't had him for multiple weeks in a row, you're seeing the impact that he can bring to the team. As here is Van Jefferson, a pickup of 10, and it's going to bring up third down and 1. But nothing is easy with a guy like Cameron Heyward on the field. Third and 1, it is going to be a pass, probably the smartest thing for the Rams. You don't want to give it to your running back with the way Cameron Heyward is playing right now. It's Puka Nacua on the first down reception, his first of the game. Rams with the football at the 41-yard line, as he's going to hit Nacua again as he's wide open, and it's going to be a first down pickup for the Rams. Moving the football this time. That's good to see if you're a Rams fan. In Steelers territory, here's the give to Fournette. He's got good space. What a run by Leonard Fournette. He gets through the defense, and it's a touchdown for the Rams. I thought he was just going to be bouncing off of his offensive lineman and eventually just go down on some kind of contact. Instead, he stayed on his feet and eventually made it through some kind of hole, and he takes it in for 6. What a run by Leonard Fournette. As Diontae Casey came up to try and make the play, and that was a very poor effort. He's not looking to keep his spot. There's a guy named Kirby Joseph who's just waiting to get a phone call in Detroit. Here comes Joey Porter Jr. as this one is blocked. It's picked up by Nick Herbig. Unfortunately, we're not able to advance it any further, but Joey Porter Jr. with his first block of his career, he missed out on one last game against the Ravens. He did not miss out on that one. Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris are both in the backfield here on first down. Not really sure what that means for the Steelers offense, but it's going to be a play action to start it. And we're going to hit Jaylen Warren out of the backfield as he's going to have a 9-yard pickup on first down. A weird offensive look, but I figured we need to find a way to get Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren on the field at the same time. Second down and inches. This is pretty much an automatic run here. It's going to be Najee Harris for a first down. 36 rushing yards for Najee Harris. First down and 10 for Pittsburgh. We're going to hit Diontae Johnson on the slant. Diontae Johnson breaking tackles as he is to the 39-yard line. His 4th catch already in this one. First down and 10. We're going to go screen as Trubisky is slammed to the ground. Weatherly there on the sack. Tried to get rid of it. Just took way too long. You know, when you run a halfback screen, you know the defense is going to be screaming at you. But the offensive line just let that guy go instantly. Nobody even put a hand on him. You got to at least put a hand on these guys and then move to the next level. Didn't do that time, and it's going to be a sack and second down and long upcoming. Here is the second down and 21 play. We're going to try and hit Diontae Johnson. He's wide open, and Trubisky just overthrows him. It was press coverage on the left side, and that's a perfect opportunity to hit your guy and just let him run. Instead, Trubisky overthrows him. Here on third down and 21, we're just going to run a draw. See if Warren can't have anything, and he's going to pick up maybe 1 yard, and we're actually going to have to punt the football away. So I was just talking about it. We haven't had a close game to start this season. Looks like we might be in for one here, as Presley Harvin's going to kick another punt into the end zone. Still waiting on him to down one inside the 20. I guess I could use the backspin, but I really haven't even thought about it. Here's Leonard Fournette, 44 yards after that big touchdown run on the last drive. Rams will take over at the 20-yard line. Let's see if they try to get Fournette going some more as Cameron Heyward is in the backfield again. What a play by Cameron Heyward. You're really feeling the impact of him right now. As that looks to be a false start, now the Rams offensive line is just really thinking about Cameron Heyward and how they can slow him down, that they're trying to get a head start. As Nick Herbig is on the field here for the Steelers, we have him out there as a coverage linebacker. I know the Steelers will utilize him in a pass rush situation, but I just want to get him on the field in some kind of way, as there is Herbig trying to make the tackle on Nakua. He's not going to be able to, and it's going to be 3rd and 4. Third down and 4, it's going to be a pass here, as Stafford's going to hit Kyron Williams out of the backfield, as it was Quan Alexander there to make the play. That's why you have him there on the field in passing downs, because he is a good pass coverage linebacker, and that time he was in excellent position. Calvin Austin with space here on the return, trying to make something happen, unable to, as we'll take over at the 34-yard line. First down and 10, it's going to be a give with Jaylen Warren and Aaron Donald finally getting into the backfield. We've been waiting to call his name to start this game out, as Jaylen Warren's getting a decent amount of playing time here early in this one, trying to make sure that Najee Harris doesn't get too gassed, as Aaron Donald is now in the zone. We're going to get this one to Najee Harris up the middle, and he's going to have a very good pickup. Third down and 3 upcoming. Third down and 3, as we're just going to try and get this one to Diontae Johnson, trying to come back to the football, and the pass fall is incomplete. I tried to lead Diontae Johnson back to the football. I didn't want it to be an interception. I didn't just hit X. I tried to hit X while moving down on the analog stick. Not a bad attempt, as I think I messed this punt up again. Let's see if this one rolls into the end zone. It's not going to. It's going to be fielded at about the 12-yard line, and that's where the Rams will take over. Finally, we have a punt down inside the 20. So after the good start on offense for the Steelers, we finally stalled out just a little bit here in the first half. But the defense is continuing to do their thing. Let's see if they can continue it here. Here's a run for Leonard Fournette. Mika Fitzpatrick comes up to make the play alongside Joey Porter Jr. Second down and 6. Here is another run for Fournette. Leonard Fournette breaking tackles, and he's got a first down. 59 yards rushing for Leonard Fournette. Aside from the one touchdown that he had, we have kind of slowed down their rushing attack. That's something that we wanted to do coming into this week. It's going to be another run here for Fournette and another TFL for Cameron Heyward. This dude is unstoppable. So after the 2-minute warning, that's going to be a pass for the Rams, as there's Puka Nacua breaking a tackle, and he's got a first down. Still have not called Cooper Kupp's name yet in this one. I don't imagine we're going to have to wait super long, though, to hear his name, as he's actually not even on the field at the moment. Here is Stafford. He's got a man open. It's Van Jefferson for 8 yards. So I did not know this. Cooper Kupp must have been injured in practice, because I was wondering why I haven't seen him on the field yet. He is injured for this game, so it must have been an injury-related practice. He is a no-go in this one. Probably should have found that out before the game, but it is what it is. Second down and 2. It's a passing situation for the Rams, and this one is thrown out to the second-string tight end for a first down pickup. No huddle here for the Rams. They're going to try and make something happen here before the end of the first half. As Stafford's got a man open, it's Puka Nacua. First down as the Rams are in the red zone. He is playing just like he does in real life at the moment. He's filling in for Cooper Kupp perfectly. As now you just kind of want to not allow them to score a touchdown. Hold them to 3 if you can, as the Rams still have not called a timeout. They have all 3 of them. They can still run the football if they wanted to. They are going to pass here. Stafford's got time. He's going to throw this one out to Nacua, and he overthrows him. 33 seconds left here in the first half. Here is Stafford. He's got a lot of time to throw. Here comes Highsmith. He didn't see him coming. It's a sack for Alex Highsmith. Third down and 20 here for the Rams. You're going to need a big play to move the chains on this one. Here is Stafford. He's got a lot of time to throw. He's just going to throw this one out of bounds. Kyron Williams was in the area, as that's going to bring up a field goal attempt for the Rams. It is, I actually don't know who it is kicking the field goal for them. Joey Porter Jr. has 1 block already. Can he get another one? That's going to be a negative, as the field goal is good. It's 10-9 here in Los Angeles. A really good game at the moment. This one is kicked short, so Calvin Austin will have an opportunity on the return. Calvin Austin's got speed, and he's going to take it to the 29-yard line. And with 3 timeouts, do you think about potentially trying to move the football a little bit? I think we're going to attempt to try and move the football. If we can move to about the 50, then maybe we'll start calling our timeouts, as we're going to get sacked. And I think at this point, let's just take this game to the half, as that is going to do it for a very good first half. A very good game at the moment. If we can end this game the way this game has started, you're going to be looking at the best game of the series so far. Each team has called just about the same amount of plays. They've ran the ball the same amount, and they've passed the ball almost the same amount. So a very even game at the moment. The score is very even. I'm enjoying this one. This one is playing out very well so far. Cleveland's taking on the Indianapolis Colts, as the Colts will pick up their first win of the season. Anthony Richardson finally getting that monkey off his back. 309 yards passing in that one. Deshaun Watson and the Browns continue to struggle. They are 2-4. Geno Smith and the Seahawks are struggling. They're 2-3 and getting beat 14-0 against Josh Dobbs and the Cardinals. And then the last game to look at was Detroit and Baltimore, as Baltimore won that one 25-22 to stay undefeated. They are 7-0. Gus Edwards with another touchdown. Zay Flowers with another touchdown. They're a dangerous team. They're a team that's going to be very hard to beat. We tried to go toe-to-toe with them in the last game. We were unable to come away with a victory, but this is a team that I think we'll beat the next time we play them. So we deferred to take the football in the second half, and that is what we're going to do to kick off the second half. Calvin Austin will field this one from about the 2-yard line, and he will take it to the 22-yard line, and that's where Mitchell Trubisky and this offense will come out. Only 6 carries for Najee Harris so far in this game. Going to look to get him going just a little bit more in this second half. We tried to spell him as much as possible in the first half, but now it's time to let him feast. First down and 10. Here is the give to Najee Harris. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on first down. 7 yards per carry at the moment. Second down and 5. Here's a run with Najee Harris, and it's a first down as the hole opened up, and he did the rest. First down and 10 here. We're going to throw this one deep to Diontae Johnson. It looks like he's got a little bit of a step, and he's overthrown by Trubisky. The second time we've overthrown Diontae Johnson when he's had his man beat. Second down and 10 here. as we're going to hit Allen Robinson, hopefully, as the linebacker made a very good play. We threw that pass way too late. So we started the drive off with some runs to Najee Harris. Then we tried to open it up by passing the football, and it has not worked. 3rd down and 10 here, as we're going to try and hit Diontae Johnson, as it was Aaron Donald getting into the backfield, disrupting the play as we predicted he would in this one. The drive started out very good, and it ended very poorly. So we're going to have to punt the football away to the Rams, who kind of got a little bit going in the second quarter, as I don't know what their punt returner was doing. He tried to come up. I don't know what he was doing on that play. It is fair caught at the 18-yard line, as Matthew Stafford will come out. And we're going to see, can he continue to feed Puka Nacua? 1st down and 10. It is Stafford, and he's going to hit Tyler Higbee as Quan Alexander's there to disrupt the play again. 2nd down and 10, and they have Nacua in the backfield, and they're going to throw it to him. Here is Nacua as he's tackled after a pickup of 6 yards. 3rd down and 4 here. I'm going to predict this one will be a pass, as Leonard Fournette will stay in the block here. Here's the pass. It's Nacua, and it's a 1st down for the Rams. How many receptions is that for Puka Nacua? 7 for 98. What a game. Maybe we have to think about bringing a blitz on 3rd down, because we do not want to let Stafford have all day to throw the football. Here is Leonard Fournette trying to get out to the outside, as Cole Holcomb is there to corral him after a pickup of just 1 yard. The run defense has been a lot better in this one. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that run by Leonard Fournette was just a little bit of a fluke. 2nd down and 9. Here is a play action. Here comes Larry Ogunjobi, but Stafford gets out of the pocket, and he hits his wideout. It is 3rd down and 4. I just talked about it. Do we think about bringing a blitz? If they're going to go 5 wide, I'm going to say no. We're not going to bring a blitz here. We're just going to bring 4. I don't want to allow a bunch of guys to get open. Here's a quick pass to Tutu Atwell, and it's a 1st down for the Rams. Matthew Stafford, 14 of 20, passing for 158 yards, as they're going to stick with the 5 wide look here. Tyler Higbee is out there. Leonard Fournette spread out all the way to the right, as now they're going to change the play. Fournette's actually just going to go to the left side now, so it's just a swap of the formation. 5 seconds left on the play clock. They do get it off. Another quick pass, as that one's broken up by Keanu Neal. A lot of talking there. A lot of talking, a lot of switching of the play. 2nd down and 10. Here is a run for Leonard Fournette, as it's Quan Alexander making the stop. 3rd down and 7. Now I think we think about bringing a blitz. Unfortunately, I don't want to have to do it, but TJ Watt is going to actually drop in coverage on this play as we bring 5. Stafford's got a little bit of time to throw, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. Pretty good coverage out there by Levi Wallace, a guy who we just talked about is in trade rumors at the moment. Here is that formation that has Jaylen Warren at fullback here, as we're going to run a stretch off of it. Najee Harris with a juke move, and he's going to pick up 6 yards. Looked like it was going to be a short gain. Instead, he picks up 6, and that's a good carry by Najee Harris. 2nd down and 4. We're going to drop back to pass on this one. Trubisky's going to get out of the pocket. He's got a little bit of speed. Mitchell Trubisky is going to pick it up with his legs, and it's a 1st down. A pickup of 15 yards. 1st down and 10 with the Steelers, and it's Diontae Johnson on the slant, and a pickup of 8 yards. Only 9 completions for Trubisky on 16 attempts. Diontae Johnson has over half of those receptions, 5 of them on the game. 2nd down and 2. It's going to be a run to Jaylen Warren, and he's going to pick up the 1st down, his 5th carry of the game. 1st down and 10 for the Steelers. It's going to be play action. Try and get this one to Allen Robinson, and he can't come down with it. So Allen Robinson, not a lot of targets in this game, and he's coming off of one of the best games of his career. 2nd down and 10. Aaron Donald's in the backfield. A great play by Aaron Donald there on the 2nd down carry for Najee Harris. And it's going to be 3rd down and 10 now, as this is a tricky situation to be in. 3rd down and 10, as we're going to try and get this one to Allen Robinson, and he's got it. Allen Robinson's going to break a tackle, and he's going to have a 1st down. I believe that's his 1st reception of the game. It is. It's a pickup of 14 yards, and we're going to move the chains. 1st down and 10. It's a give to Jaylen Warren, trying to make something happen. Jaylen Warren, 9 yards. So I didn't mean to go to the same offensive play, so we're going to have to change the play up at the line of scrimmage here, as we're just going to step up with Trubisky, get what we can. Don't fumble the football, as it's going to be 1st down and 10. Now we're in the red zone. James Robinson checks into the game, getting the most action that he's gotten all season, as we're just going to try and get this one to Diontae Johnson. He's got space. Touchdown, Steelers. It's Diontae Johnson with his 2nd touchdown reception of the game. Diontae Johnson is a difference maker when he's on the field. They went man coverage, and that defensive back has had his hands full all game long. Number 35. I don't know who that is, but he has just struggled young. As Trubisky has his second passing touchdown of the game. Here is the PAT to make this an 8-point game. It is up and it is good. A very good game that we have here in Los Angeles. 10 plays, 78-yard drive that time. First down and 10, it's going to be a pass here for the Rams, as this one's going to be caught by Van Jefferson for a first down. And I'm not even going to mention these WWE tackles anymore. It's a waste of breath at this point. Van Jefferson with his third reception of the game. Cole Holcomb was on the tackle there. As now they go I form with the fullback in the backfield. Tyler Higbee, the tight end. It's a give to Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of space, and he picks up 5 yards. As this will be second down and 5 upcoming. 14 carries for 66 yards. Nick Herbig steps in for the Steelers defense here. As I like to bring him in. I just talked about it. I like to bring him in here on a couple of formations. As he's going to be there to make the play, but Tyler Higbee's going to have the first down. As Stafford is playing very efficient so far, just without a touchdown. 13 seconds left here in the third quarter. This could be the last play of the third quarter. Kyron Williams is the running back. We've yet to see him get a handoff in this one. As here is Stafford Highsmith coming at him. As Puka Nacua with an incredible reception. He even gets up and then just walks off the field. He said, I don't even need to run after that one. As that is it for the third quarter. A very even game. Both teams running about the same amount of plays. We have ran the ball very well, and they've passed the ball just a little bit better than we have, but we have the 2 touchdowns, which is the difference maker at the moment. Montravius Adams and Keanu Benton into the game now. Keanu Benton really hasn't had a whole lot of playing time since Cameron Heyward's been back, but here's the blitz. The ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Rams. It was Diontae KZ and Montravius Adams combining for the sack. I believe it was actually KZ who stripped him, and we were that close to coming away with our third takeaway of the season. Can we please get an interception in this game? Third down and 12, going to be a passing situation for the Rams. They leave in Higbee and Kyron Williams to help chip as we blitzed 4, and Stafford's just going to get rid of this one. Fourth down is upcoming. So after a good punt, the Steelers will take over here at the 7-yard line. See if we can't get anything going. We're going to get this one out to Pat Freiermuth. As since week 1 and week 2, he was our number 1 wideout. We've developed more of a passing game, and his impact on the field has went down just a little bit. Only his second reception. First down and 10. We are going to step back to pass here. Trubisky's just going to step up, get what he can. He's going to pick up 7 yards. Trubisky has done very well at scrambling in this game. They are double teaming Diontae Johnson at the moment. We're just going to go ahead and run the football here, as Harris is only going to pick up 1 yard. It's going to bring up third down and 2. Here is the formation we like to run the football out of. It's going to be a play action instead, as we're going to try and hit Darnell Washington. He's open, and he's got the first down. A little bit of a wrinkle to the formation that time. We're not going to run the football. We're going to go play action, and we're going to get big number 80 involved, as he is letting the defense know about it. First down and 10. We're going to drop back here, and we're going to hit Miles Boykin on the drag route. His second reception. It's a pickup of 9 yards. I can promise you he's not getting 150 yards receiving in this game, but he's doing what we've wanted him to do. Najee Harris on the run, and he's got a first down pickup, 13 carries for 69 yards. First down and 10 here. We're going to go play action. I'm going to just throw this one deep to Diontae Johnson to see if he can't make a play, as he is overthrown, but there is a flag down. Is this going to be pass interference? It is. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. Tavon Young has just struggled in this game, as James Robinson will check into the game here. Probably going to be a run, and it is. James Robinson up the middle, and his first touchdown as a Pittsburgh Steeler. We extend our lead, as it looks like we are going to be moving to 3-3. We're at a point in this game now where we have a pretty sizable lead, 15 points. The Rams are going to definitely look to pass the ball pretty much the remainder of the game. Here's actually a run, as Cameron Heyward has, I believe, his 4th TFL of the game. But what I was going to try and say was, we think that they're probably going to pass the football more. Can we come away with our first interception, please? I've been waiting on it all season, and there they are, thinking about Cameron Heyward again. It's another false start. Penalties have killed the Rams' momentum in this game. Second down and 16. It's a pass here for the Rams. Stafford getting out of the pocket, and he's just going to throw this one away. Third down and 16 upcoming. 3rd and 16, we bring 3 as this one is nearly intercepted. I thought it was our first one of the season as Patrick Peterson was there to make the play on the football. They're going to go for it here. This is probably going to be it if they don't get it. 4th and 16, here it is. Matthew Stafford, he's got a little bit of time to pass. He's going to launch this one deep to Higbee, and it is knocked down by Diontae KZ. Just intercept the football as we'll take over at the 19-yard line. This game looked like it was going to be very close early on. We have finally pulled away. 1st down and 10 here. We're going to go play action. Try and hit Diontae Johnson as that one should have been intercepted. It was dropped. As they went zone there, I was looking for them to go man. Fortunately, that wasn't a pick. Here's a run with Najee Harris. He's got a little bit of patience, and he's going to pick up 7 yards. Our defense has responded so well in this game. Gave up 500-plus yards in the last one. And they have bounced back in this one and played excellent defense, holding the Rams to only 222 yards so far in this game. 3rd down and 3 here. We're just going to hit Najee Harris quickly out of the backfield. Najee Harris trying to make a man miss, and he's taken down at the 5-yard line. 1st down and goal here as Trubisky's going to step up. Trubisky puts his head down, and he scores the touchdown. Pick up Mitchell Trubisky in fantasy football. Do it now. As we are putting it on the Los Angeles Rams, 30-9 is the score. If you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, does this score ring a bell for you? If you can guess what score, which Super Bowl ended in this score, I'll give you $5. As you look down below, the Seahawks continuing to struggle. They're losing 21-0 against the Cardinals, led by former Pittsburgh Steelers Joshua Dobbs. As Puka Nacua had an excellent first half, he has slowed down tremendously since then. Here's a run with Leonard Fournette on 1st down. He's going to pick up 9 yards. He has 74 yards today. That's a lot better compared to the 200-plus that we allowed a week ago. 2nd down and 1 here for the Rams. This one is caught by Fournette out of the backfield. He's got a 1st down. 3rd down and 15 here for the Rams. I'm just looking to get our first interception of the season. Can we get it? Here is Stafford. He's going to throw this one. No, he's not. It's TJ Watt with his 2nd sack of the game. Here they go with their final play, more than likely. 4th down and 21. I don't expect them to convert here. Here is Stafford. Here comes Watt again. It's Puka Nacua wide open, but he dropped it. And Patrick Peterson dropped the interception. You've got to be kidding me. And TJ Watt is injured. We need to play better. I say that as we are leading 31-9. TJ Watt with an abdominal strain. He will return, but hopefully he doesn't have to see the field anymore in this game. 1st down and 10. Here's the give to James Robinson. He's going to have a pickup of 8 yards. And I think at this point, this one is pretty much over. As long as the Rams don't call timeout, we're not going to score a touchdown on them, and this one will be wrapped up. That is going to do it as the Pittsburgh Steelers will move to 3-3 on the year, and they are in a good position at the moment to potentially be a wild card team. Probably not going to win the AFC North, seeing as the Ravens are 7-0 now, but a good victory overall, bouncing back from a game in which we allowed 48 points. In this one, we only allowed 9 points. Sean McVay's got to be, just sick the way his offense played in this game. They were without Cooper Kupp, so that probably made a little bit of a difference. But our offense played clean football. We didn't come away with any takeaways, but we didn't give the ball away. And that's a big thing. It's a big step in the right direction as we put together 318 yards, 168 rushing yards, 24 total first downs. They only had 14. Looking at turnovers, nobody turned the football over in this game. And then penalties and then TOP as we dominated it in the second half. 21-0, we outscored the Rams. So something that we want to think about is, do we bump up the interception slider for us? I don't think we're going to touch the pass coverage, but we see too many interceptions that are dropped. And I want to see us come away with some kind of turnovers. We only have 2 on the year, and they're both fumble recoveries. So that's something to think about. At the moment, I'm going to keep it as it is because we're coming away with pretty good games. But we still have not seen a game that was really close. But I do want to see us come away with takeaways. I don't know what we have to do to make that happen. But that is something that I really do want to start seeing as us come away with takeaways. Maybe it's something that I'm doing wrong. But Trubisky, 15 of 24 passing, 179 yards. Finally, a completion percentage above 60. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then looking at the rushing, Najee Harris, 15 for 90. Jalen Warren, 7 for 31. Trubisky, 6 for 29, and he had 1 on the ground. And then James Robinson had his first touchdown, 4 carries, 18 yards today for him. And then looking at receiving, Diontae Johnson, 6 catches, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. Boy, have we missed him. The next closest was Pat Fryermuth for 2 for 13, Miles Boykin 2 for 30, and then nobody else really got involved. Allen Robinson with only 1 reception after that dominating performance last week, but he had 1 drop, and that might have cost him, a little bit. Puka Nacua did pretty well as well in this game. Broderick Jones with 1 sack allowed, Dan Moore with 1 allowed. And then looking at the defense here, TFL, 4 of them for Cameron Heyward, 3 for Aaron Donald. And then looking at the sacks, TJ Watt had 2 sacks, Alex Highsmith with 1 sack. And then down here a little bit further, Diontae KZ with a half sack, Montravius Adams with a half sack. Looking at INTs, we don't have to. And then forced fumbles, it was Montravius Adams who forced it. And then looking at kicking, same old, same old. Chris Boswell's been automatic all season long. Punting, they punted it 5 times, we punted it 3 times. And we came away with a 31-9 victory. So Dan Moore with an upgrade after that game. We're going to upgrade pass protector for him. I don't know how you get an upgrade after you allow a sack, but it is what it is. He is 24 years old, so he's somebody that we can potentially develop just a little bit and then see if we can't have something with Dan Moore. Here is our reaction to the tandem breakout. We're not going to get it as Miles Boykin only had 30 yards, I do believe, but he was out there and he didn't drop any passes. So that's exactly what you want to see out of him. He really shouldn't lose any sleep over it. It was still a good performance out of him, and I don't think he's going to be losing any of his playing time. So it is trade deadline week, and it is Jacksonville Jaguars week as they are 5-2. We're 3-3. So do we look to make a move before next episode? We're not going to do it in this episode, but if we do want to make a move, it will have to be before we take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm contemplating it, but I honestly don't know if I'm going to. It's hard to say at the moment. 3-3 we sit, as Diontae KZ had a pretty good game last week, so he did, show that he could be our starting strong safety. But when he's getting up there in age at 30 years old, you do eventually want to replace him. Could we just bring in Kirby Joseph, who's 22 years old, with star development? I don't know what it would take to get him. Probably a corner, maybe Diontae KZ, and then maybe you think about throwing in a late draft pick, like a 6th round draft pick. We'll have to see if we can get a deal done in the next episode. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. I'm not going to give them too much, though. I will say that. But mock draft number 2 is out, and I got to imagine we're going to be farther down the board than we were in mock draft 1. We are projected to pick at 14, and they have us taking right tackle Ross Grimes out of Iowa, teammate of wide receiver Casey Spencer, who is now at 75% completion percentage. He is a slot archetype. So if we look at his physicals, he still has great to elite in every single category, but we have unlocked a little bit more as far as his skills go. A to B ball carrying vision is pretty interesting. Obviously, for a receiver, that's going to be on their kind of scale, but he's also A to B in break tackle, A to B in carrying, A to B in awareness, B catching traffic, A catching, B deep route, but his injury is D to F. So the one thing with Casey Spencer is it does appear he has injury problems. That's something to really think about. His release is also a C. His medium route is A to B. His run block A to B, that really doesn't matter. Short route is A to B. Probably going to be A if his deep route is B, since he's a slot receiver. But Casey Spencer, somebody that I'm very interested in, but when you have D to F injury, it makes me not as interested. Therefore, I am going to set our national scouting focus on offensive tackle. I was thinking about doing receiver, but our national scout is best at scouting offensive tackles anyway. So let's just go with offensive tackle, see if we can't uncover a little bit more as far as those guys go. Because I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know if Casey Spencer is going to be somebody that I think about if he has D to F injury. I mean, that's a big time risk, and you don't want to draft an injury prone player. It's just not the smart thing to do. Looking at the standings here, the Baltimore Ravens are the #1 team in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs are also undefeated. The Bills 6-1, Cowboys 6-1. The Jaguars are 5th in the power rankings at the moment. And then we are all the way down here at 14th, but we're a team that is steadily improving at the moment. There's a couple teams with only 1 win, and that is the Denver Broncos, Indianapolis Colts, and the New England Patriots are 1-6. They are struggling big time. The Detroit Lions were projected to have a very good season, and now they're 2-5. So maybe they do look to just try and sell guys off at the trade deadline. It would make sense. Like I said, they brought in Brian Branch, so Kirby Joseph would be somebody that they would contemplate moving. You got to think, if they could get some draft capital out of it, and then maybe a young corner, we're going to have to see if we can't make a deal with the Detroit Lions. I don't know if Kirby Smart would be I mean, not Kirby Smart. What am I talking about? Kirby Joseph would be somebody like a Mika Fitzpatrick from a couple of years ago. But I think if we just wanted to give them a pick, it probably would take maybe a 3rd round selection. We're going to have to see if we can get a deal done with the Lions. I think they would be looking to have a little bit of a fire sale. So it's something to really think about. I need to write it down on my notes real quick. That way I do not forget. So this has been a Steelers team that started off extremely weak, but recently we have gotten it going. We're about middle of the pack as far as offense goes. And then even passing, we're not terrible. We're among some of the bottom teams, but we're not in dead last. And we are one of the better teams running the football. And with 24 points per game, surprisingly, we're one of the best teams in football, unlike the actual real life Pittsburgh Steelers. And then looking at defense here, we are probably middle of the pack. We're actually among probably the top 10 to 15 teams. And we have gotten it done. We're not allowing the most points in football, which is good to see. And as far as sacks go, we are in 2nd place right behind the Buffalo Bills. But in turnover differential, we still are among one of the worst teams in football. We have only given the ball away 11 times, my fault, which is tied for 2nd worst with the Cleveland Browns, the Colts and Patriots with 15 turnovers apiece. But the problem is we only have 2 takeaways. You have the Chargers with only 2 takeaways as well. And then the New York Giants, what a terrible team. 0 takeaways so far this season. And then looking at our player stats here, Trubisky, 8 touchdowns, only 4 picks. I think it was the right decision to bench Mason Rudolph after week 2, and Trubisky really hasn't looked back. 55% completion percentage. And then running the football, Najee Harris, 100 carries, 603 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jalen Warren with 189 yards. And then receiving, already, you got to think about Diontae Johnson is going to be one of our best just after week 1 with 2 touchdowns. He is tied for the team lead with Allen Robinson. And then looking at our sack leaders here, TJ Watt with 6.5, Highsmith with 3, and Keanu Benton with 3. No interceptions, we don't have to talk about that. And then 3 forced fumbles, Montravius Adams, Quan Alexander, and DeMarvin Leal. And then one other thing I want to look at was Chris Boswell is 15 for 15 on the year. Looking at your passing leaders here, Kirk Cousins is the NFL's passing leader. And then Tua Tagovailoa with 15 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. What an impressive year for him. And then Anthony Richardson and then Mac Jones with 15 interceptions is pathetic. And in this next game, it's going to be Travis Etienne, who is the league leader in rushing yards, and then Najee Harris, who is in 3rd place. So two of the best running backs in the NFL will go at it in the next game. Najee Harris with 6 yards per carry is easily number 1 in the NFL. Not going to see that in real life. And then Justin Jefferson with 17 more receptions than Puka Nacua, who is in 2nd place. And then looking at some defensive players, Max Crosby, Danielle Hunter, Joey Bosa among the best at getting to the quarterback, as TJ Watt isn't even in there. I don't know why Madden still has not figured that one out. Marshawn Lattimore with 4 interceptions, and then forced fumble leader is, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, but we are going to be taking him on in the next game. But that's going to do it for this video. I tried to show you guys a little bit of the stats and try and keep you guys up to date on what's going on around the league. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have a big game upcoming against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 5-2, but they're going to be on the road coming to our place to play this one. Travis Etienne versus Najee Harris. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.